Russians have fewer options than ever when it comes to immigration. While not all Russians are supporting the geopolitical stance of the country, all passport holders have been facing the same issues: extreme difficulty to relocate to other places. However, there is one Latin American country that is welcoming Russians with open arms. Hi, my name is Tiana, and I'm a strategy associate here at Nomad Capitalist, where we help everyday high net worth individuals go where they're treated best. And today I want to talk to you about Venezuela. Venezuela is a geopolitical ally of China and Russia when it comes to Latin America. President Maduro has been a very good political ally to both China and Russia. When it comes to BRICS, Maduro has shown a lot of interest when it comes to joining this specific alliance. And when it came to the last BRICS summit that happened in Russia, Maduro was actually present, which showed his clear intentions. One of the most important things when you are choosing the new place to actually go to live in is the weather itself. Maybe you don't want the cold weather, maybe you do want the cold weather. But if you're one of those people who likes the warm weather all year round, Venezuela might be the right place for you to go to. And Caracas and Margarita Island are definitely places to check out. Second thing, if you are a person who has a family, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? You want a good school for your child. And Venezuela is actually offering quite a few private schools that are very high level where your kids would actually enjoy their education. If you are worried that when you go to Venezuela, maybe your kids are not going to have that great education you're used to in the country where you're coming from, at this time, there are many American, British, French, and German schools available when it comes to the elementary and high school education in Venezuela. Venezuela also has a multi-currency economy. What is widely accepted in the country are euro, US dollar. In addition to all of these things, recreational aspect of living in Venezuela can be a little bit important to you, right? So if you are interested in being member of a private club, doing any swimming, horseback riding, golf, there is going to be plenty of experience that you can actually gain in Venezuela. Caracas has 3 major private clubs where you can actually do a lot of recreational activities. If you're into golf, horseback riding, swimming, any of that would be available at these. And if you are thinking that you cannot replace your private club where you're a member in your home country, that is going to be a possibility in Venezuela. So rest assured, Venezuela has got you covered. One of the things that can also be very important is the actual dining, because not everyone loves every cuisine out there. So with the actual diversity that is offered due to so many immigrants coming from Portugal, from Spain, from Italy, and with the recent migration of a lot of Turkish people coming into Venezuela, Caracas and other places can actually offer you a very fine dining experience. Now, let's talk about one more thing that could be crucial when you're moving somewhere. I'll tell you now, it's very much still possible to buy luxury properties at very affordable prices in Venezuela. And I'll be honest with you, it's not going to be as affordable as it was back when the crisis was happening in 2017, 2018, but you can still purchase very nice condos or any property you would like that would be luxury at a very affordable price. What is a very common practice in Venezuela, which might not be in some of the Western countries or in Russia as well, is having maids. So this is the service that is very affordable and actually very common in Venezuela. So you might be happy with this, with making this move. Now, besides these lifestyle things that are very crucial and very important when you're looking for a new place, let's talk about taxes. What is actually very interesting about Venezuela, even though you might not think that is a situation, is that there is a wide range of tax treaties that are available. We're talking tax treaties with the US, with Canada, with a lot of Asian, Middle Eastern countries. So you are going to have a lot of possibility when it comes to not being part of that double taxation system where you might do business in one of these countries while living in Venezuela and overpaying the taxes. While Venezuela does have a worldwide taxation system, which, as you all know from our channel so far, it means that you are paying taxes on everything anywhere you are and anywhere your business is, there is a slight advantage in the Venezuela situation. If you are retaining your earnings in offshore structures, which I know everyone loves, you don't have to pay taxes immediately in Venezuela. You're only doing it if you're actually doing the distributions to yourself. And what's the most important, it doesn't matter if it's passive or active income. Now, let's focus on the other side of the story and let's talk about some challenges you might experience if you decide to move to Venezuela. First one that might be quite obvious to some would be the political instability. when we're talking about President Maduro and we're talking about the opposition, we have all seen in the news that there's going to be a lot of instability around the situation, and we don't know in what direction this is going to actually develop in. The second thing that might be a little bit challenging, but not so much for you if you're coming directly from Russia, is the actual connectivity. Some of these countries that are not major hub spots when it comes to different airlines or people flying in frequently, there's going to be less connectivity available. Now, of course, there is Istanbul, which is the major place where if you want to fly anywhere in the world. So there is going to be a lot of different flights that are coming from Istanbul to Venezuela. Besides this, Caracas has some connections to Bogota, to some of the cities in Spain, so there is that as well. But if you are coming directly from Russia, if you haven't been moving in the meantime to different places, there is going to be a direct flight from Moscow to Margarita as well. In the first part of this video, we did talk about taxation being a positive aspect of being in Venezuela. Now, this is one of those things that for one person it works, for the other one it doesn't. Now, if you're comfortable with retaining your earnings offshore and not paying taxes that way, legally not paying taxes, of course, sometimes just the worldwide taxation is not something that works for everyone. So that is one thing that you will have to think about clearly if you are able to commit to a country that has a worldwide taxation system. Besides the taxation itself, we are looking at very high level of bureaucracy and very inefficient administration of the country. So if you're looking to get something done quickly, kind of get used to it not being a thing in Venezuela. Now, if you are looking at moving to Venezuela and you want to actually obtain shares of a company that is Venezuelan, or if you want to purchase real estate, you do have to register with the Venezuelan government. Now, unfortunately, this process can be very slow and demanding at some time. So you should get used to the waiting game when it comes to this country, because again, the inefficiency of the administration is going to be a bit of a problem. Now that you've heard all these, let's say, aspects of being in Venezuela or moving to Venezuela, and considering that if you're Russian, it might be a perfect place where you might find yourself living in, it's good to talk about how to get there, because of course, every residence program does have its conditions and requirements that you have to meet. If you would like to acquire the rentista visa in Venezuela, what you need to do is show proof that you have the economic solvency where you can support yourself and any dependents that are coming with you. Now, the actual threshold when it comes to the salary that is required is going to be on the lower end when it comes to different residence permits. As you know, on this channel, we talk about so many, so this threshold is going to be on the lower end. What you need to do is show proof that you are receiving $1,200 per month in salary to qualify for the visa. Now, if you have family members, if you have a spouse, if you have any children you would like to add and to have them move with you, you would need to make sure that on top of the $1,200 that you have in salary, and you have to have $500 for every dependent you are adding to the application. Once you have collected all of your documents that are necessary, of course, for the process of getting the residence permit, you need to submit them with the Consulate of Venezuela. It can be in your home country, it can be in the country where you are residing. Just see which one is the most convenient for you at the time. In case you don't have that active income that is going to be continuous over the months where you can show your pay slips or something similar, rest assured there is going to be an additional option for you. If you are more comfortable setting up a business in Venezuela and naming yourself a director, you can also obtain the residence permit that way. So you would need to set up a company and apply with the Ministry of Labor for a residence permit for yourself. You can add your dependents just like you would using the rentista visa. This is just a backup option in case you don't have the pay slips to show the economic solvency. So as you can see, Venezuela is not limiting you to being one specific type in order to move there. So there's going to be at least these two options how you can acquire residence in Venezuela. So if you are a Russian passport holder and you've experienced a difficult time moving to different places or finding a place where it could be suitable for you and your family, then Venezuela might be the right place for you. If Venezuela sounds like a place where you and your family might want to relocate to, or if you would like to consider other places globally, what you can do is you can go to our website, nomadcapitalist.com/apply, become our client, and what we can do is we can help you go where you're treated best. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name is Tiana Vucetic, and I'll see you in the next video.
This is how to live like a king in Madrid.